best compliment that you've got till date?
You look like a teenager.
Oh my God! In fact, it's become like a norm that menopausal women cannot lose weight. It's
Myth that once you turn 50 or you're menopausal, you don't lose weight. I have thrown that myth out of the window, I think.
motivation for you to join was your high fasting and sugars not coming down despite increasing medications.
Yeah, Abhi, what I have not mentioned it, that there was a very bad wake-up call. A friend very close to me had his toe amputated because of high sugars. And that was actually my wake-up call. And
Last year I went so many places. I met so many women at your age and they are so fragile. They're just one loose comment away from breaking into tears. I have seen that they want a platform to just express. Ek to her son, you gone to the US, right?
yeah,
That's one of the
months.
main causes of depression in women that I see. The
Yeah.
entropy that occurs the minute the child sits on the plane,
Yeah.
a woman just breaks down.
Once that thing is done, they don't need you anymore. So which is why this is a very difficult emotional phase.
So how did you manage that?
Frankly, after I joined FFT, I've had no time to think.
We've kept. Welcome to today's episode. It's a personally very fascinating one for me. I'm always very curious about 50-year-old women and their journey. And today we'll be meeting Reshma, who has broken a lot of myths from weight loss to 17 years of diabetes to hitting the gym. She's also a working professional, a mother of a 24-year-old, lots of things, travel in her life, and yet she's been able to pull off some remarkable feats. So without further ado, I'll hand over to Pramod first for the first question to Reshma.
First question, which hits, I think everyone can see her smiling and the beauty that she is exuding.
Make her blush.
The age that you are at, 51, completed, and yesterday. And there are many, many women of your age, between 45 to 55, who struggle to lose weight. In fact, it's become like a norm that menopausal women cannot lose weight. It's difficult to lose weight. So 18 kg weight loss done from 73 to the sweet 50s, 55. How did you make that happen?
That's what's the first type. Sweet 55 is absolutely the correct thing that you said, because for so many years I've been trying and I've lost till 64, then it goes back, 63, then it goes back. So this year-long journey was the first time that I actually did a complete transformation, a complete new life 2.0, and I've lost 18 kilos. So I want to definitely share this with women, especially, that it's a myth that once you turn 50 or you're menopausal, you don't lose weight. I have thrown that myth out of the window, I think. Thanks to the program.
But are there any secrets around losing that weight at this age that the audience might benefit from, which you want to definitely highlight right away?
I feel once you do the program, you just leave your thoughts aside and trust the process. The diet helps you lose the initial kilos, and I think I lost about 10 kilos in the first 3 months. Then my medicine stopped, and after that you have to be very diligent with your diet initially, at least, and then start gymming. So both these, exercise and diet, they really help you. And then once that first 10 kilos is off, then the next 4 kilos, 5 kilos is not a problem at all.
Were you very strict with yourself? Like very, very diligent?
3 months I was extremely strict, extremely. Like I'm a hardcore non-vegetarian, I love non-veg, but I have become a vegan. I had become a vegan for the first few months, very strict. And then the occasional samosas, 6-7 months, yeah. But then because it's a lifestyle change, you know what will affect your body and what will not. So it's a more educated decision that you take even while eating.
You have Goan roots, right? And you've been a Mumbaikar all along. And I think how many years in Bangalore, you said?
16 years in Bangalore.
16 years in Bangalore, and then Fox TV, Siemens, Star TV, accountancy, lots that you've gone through. Interesting. So,
Too many questions, no? Yeah, for women it's always. But did you have like the classical skin sagging? Because a lot of women tell us when they lose rapid weight, they get scared they look older.
So I hope that's the second myth that I've thrown out of the window. You have to tell me now. They say that if you lose 17, 18 kilos and your skin sags and you look haggard, so you have to tell me whether that's
No,
true.
it's not
yeah,
looking,
I
which is
mean-
why we're asking you, because
No,
we
because
how many questions we
yeah.
face on.
Look, they are not watching us right now on the camera. Those who are watching are just watching you and your stunning looks.
Between both of you, a 50-year-old, two 50-year-olds, one 40-year-old, South Indian,
Acha.
two fair people. Nobody's looking at me, so it's all good.
Diet does help because I did not have so much of greens. Now I have a smoothie every day. Minor, major, lots of greens. I have salads, and I have 2 katoris of sabjis. All that definitely helps to put a certain kind of glow or hair to the face. It improves your skin texture for sure.
People, I'm sure they're going to ask some comments later, which cream do you apply? So, is there something that you actually do for your beauty?
I
She
mean,
tell
no
them applied
creams and
inside.
all that.
It's a smoothie
But yeah,
applied
I've been
inside.
happy. Yeah, the smoothie that goes inside. Even before the program, I've always been happy, very positive. Maybe that helps. And after this, after starting a good diet, I have realized that there has been a visible difference in how you look, because initially with a lot of my face had started looking haggard, but then I went on to having more of smoothies, the exact amount of greens and things, so that really helped.
Yeah, I'm sure there would be role of nuts and supplements and seeds, many other
And
things.
the seeds, sunflower seeds, and because you're supposed to have 4 to 5 spoons of those seeds. So what you basically do is you cut down the bad oil and the bad fats too, and you replace them
Healthy
with
fats.
the healthy fats. So that helps.
They say that fish helps you have great hair and skin. Would you also go by that?
Even if you swim like a fish also.
I wish that was true because I love fish. In fact, that was my first thing when I started. I said, why can't we have fish? Because fish is supposed to be an antioxidant. But it obviously that did not help me so far. And when I stopped, it did help me with a lot of weight loss and my diabetes. So
I know those who love non-veg, they're also listening, and since last 2-3 minutes, no, they are like waiting. Are you taking non-veg or not right now? And we just wanted to be honest about that, because the entire approach is a little flexible that we follow. Of course, yes, plant-based vegan helps in the beginning, but then the whole approach is the way it
it
is.
has to be something that lasts. I mean,
Sustainable. No?
sustainable for life. So in the initial 3 months, as I said earlier, strictly I was a complete vegan. And now 1 year is over, so I am having my non-veg again. But not to the extent I used to. Earlier, my husband used to in fact joke that my motto is everything that moves needs to be eaten. I am like, I have, when we go out, I have non-veg, or I make non-veg once or twice a week and I have. So that's the difference.
And
But I
how's the
do have
gym? You
non-veg.
remember you were telling us 2 things that you were telling us earlier. Was one is about how the families played a huge role,
True,
and
true that,
secondly
true that.
how gymming has played a
Yeah.
role. So tell us how both these
No,
have
family
come to
support,
be.
doctor, you definitely need a lot of. My husband has been really good. I mean, really good in a very, very strong.
You want to thank him, take his name?
Avinash Arole for sure. Because without him, I would not be here for sure. Right from bringing all, because we are supposed to do this smooth,
Juice feast.
the juice feasting, and in that you need so much of vegetables. So everything from bringing those vegetables to making those juices for me, everything he has done. And obviously my mother, my sister, as I was saying, I never missed a single get together, because when I went, they would make dishes which even only I could eat. So along with the regular food, there would be dishes for me.
But you had to tell them what you're doing?
Yeah, I had to tell them. I had to explain, because this is so many times people don't understand what is vegan. Especially if you go to a restaurant, you have to be very, very clear that vegan is no ghee, nothing.
Right.
So, and now to itself become a little bit of a joke. My husband says she's vegan, but you get a chicken dish. I said, don't call it vegan then. So,
That's
and the other
actually
thing
called
was
vegan, so it's not a problem. It's
Acha,
paleo plus vegan, so
Oh,
that's the new
okay.
thing.
So that's a new thing.
Yeah, which people have
Yeah,
started.
but milk
now.
and milk products are a complete off. I don't miss them as much.
Okay.
And gymming, yes. Gymming is something that I think every woman who wants to exercise, because I have done that all these years, I've been exercising at home, because I thought that time, you don't have to commit that much time. But once I started going to the gym, thanks to our Yes, this sir, because that's what FFD does. It continues. It gives you a holding hand throughout. So I have joined this group and I started gymming, and it
She's
makes
talking about the Legends group, which
Legends.
is a bunch of, we call them legends, but they're actually crazy.
Yeah, but awesome people there. So I just started basic gymming, and 1 hour is dedicated for myself. Like I and my husband both go. End of it, you feel so energetic to face the day, and you're so happy because you just go there and you're excited. You're done with all your calorie loss.
Yeah, because that's such a perpetual problem with ladies, even well-educated ladies, they'll prefer the Zumba, they'll prefer the walks, they'll prefer the running, they'll prefer the yoga, but gym nahi jayenge.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
That's what I hear all the time. It's not my thing. So I tell them, what is your thing? Osteoarthritis. They're like, no. Gym is not my thing.
No, I understand because I'm also a woman coming from the same thought process. But I would definitely implore all the women out there, if you want to exercise, hit the gym. Seriously, it makes a difference. It gives you that calorie loss is taken care of. At the beginning of the day, you have those fixed machines, you go there, do your stuff, and you're out. And you're so energetic and happy for the rest of the day.
I think the most important thing for menopausal women to understand, I mean, there should be some takeaway in this video, that you may not lose weight. It may not. There are some women whose bodies are resistant to weight loss and they've gained 25, 40 kgs of weight by the time they're 50. They can still undergo a change in body composition.
Yeah.
So you can actually increase muscle, decrease fat, go to a higher protein diet and have a significantly higher quality of life.
Yes.
They can understand. The problem with them is they've made it a linear concept. I have to lose weight first.
Yeah.
The hormones may not be there because those are largely genetically determined. There may be some PCOS or other things, but the main thing is if you just start gymming, your metabolic rate is activated, your energy levels are higher, your mood swings tend to stabilize because your stress hormones.
You said it, sir. The mood swings have actually stabilized. Inner transformation, the process that we did, journaling that we did, going to the gym. And all that has really helped me, not just in the physical but emotional level also. Because at this age, you need to be emotionally very strong.
So let's say quick rapid fire. Before joining FFD, on a scale of -10 to +10, emotionally, where were you?
Maybe 5, 6.
So you were still positive.
I was a positive person always.
You've always been a positive person. But mood swings, were they a part of your...
Mood swings, especially now, after 49, that's a process I think all the women in this age go through. So that has like completely stopped, I would say. I would have to ask my husband, but yes, I think so.
Okay. And emotionally now?
Emotionally, I would rate myself 10 today.
10. So 10 on 10, huh? No marks cut, huh? Wow, that's amazing. That's also very nice to appreciate yourself.
I think it's a role model case for women to understand that, ek to her son, you gone to the US, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the main causes of depression in women that I see. The entropy that occurs the minute the child sits on the plane, a woman just breaks down and comes up. What do I do now for the next?
Because
how do I fill up my day?
Your life so revolves around your family, your kid, your husband. So, once that thing is done, they don't need you anymore. So, which is why this is a very difficult emotional phase.
So, how did you manage that?
Frankly, after I joined FFD, I've had no time to think.
We've kept you so busy.
With all the
it's like
different
you've
kinds of
adopted the
food.
protocol now.
The exercise of 1 hour, the food that you have to make, and so I've been busy, pretty busy.
And also, do you feel relief that so many responsibilities are not there, now you can focus on yourself?
I wouldn't say a relief, but yes, you have time, you have a lot of time to do all of this stuff. Because you need time.
But
Initially,
what
you need,
stops
and then you
women?
can discipline.
Tell me what stops women at that age? What is the main blocker?
I think the myth that you want. Now I'm done.
So it's lack of result guarantee that possibly blocks.
Yes. Okay. Because for me, when I lost my weight, I lost about 4 kilos in the first month itself. That was a huge motivator. And today when I meet other people, I'm confidently able to tell them, because they ask me what they've seen me, even when I went to the US. These were people who had seen me a few years back and they were like extremely happy. So you can now teach by example.
So what you're saying in a way is there is an extreme form of the diet which you follow where you go completely vegan in a way, and you have the old you, and you have set up something very close to your new you which says, okay, once in a while I'll revisit the old, but most of the time
I will
See,
do.
when you travel, you
Yeah.
fall back on your vegan / controlled portion control phase.
Everywhere, even
Everywhere,
when I'm
even now.
home, even I'm
Right.
traveling. But then you know that at some time, like yesterday was my birthday, and I had my normal piece of cake.
Yeah, yeah.
But last year, and on my 50th, when I had just started, and I was like, my
Sugars were
very high.
What was your A1C that time?
8.5.
Okay, and
my-
medicines.
And medicines.
And medicine.
Heavy
Okay.
medicine, it just wouldn't come down. My fasting used to be 185.
Oh.
I think I read your story, and everyone should read your story on FFD's website, freedomfromdiabetes.org, Freedom Story section, Reshma. And I think the motivation for you to join was your high fasting and sugars not coming down despite increasing medications. And that's what, prompted you to go for it.
Actually, yeah, Abhi, what I have not mentioned it, that there was a very bad wake-up call. A friend very close to me had his toe amputated
Oh my God.
because of high sugars. And then I was very scared because I didn't know what this was doing to my kidney, liver, inside my eye. I had already had an eye issue a few years back. I was very scared what internal damage it would have already done, because fasting was 185, it was just not coming down. So that was actually my wake-up call, and I said, vegan, no non-veg, everything is okay, I will join.
So 4 kg weight loss in the first month, but before the 4 kg weight loss at 185 came down below 140, right? And that took how many days?
I think the first 3 months.
No. 185 fasting, fasting coming down below 140. That took how many days?
That was, I think, in the first month, because my medicines came down by half in the first month.
So the 185 fasting came down below 114, like what, 3 days, 5 days?
So 1 week or so.
1 week it came down. And that itself must have been a huge motivation, right?
Because everybody, not just me, that maybe made my husband actually support me 100%, because this was an issue for nearly after COVID. So 2 years or 1 year, my fasting was just not coming down. And when he also saw 140 within a week or so, we were like extremely happy, relieved.
I think the women who have lost hope that they will be able to lose that weight or make that change, I think there's a very strong message over here.
But why just women? There's even men at this age, the andropause, the midlife crisis, the executive belly. There's all of it even in men at the same time. That existential crisis is there.
Women
I
or
think-
even aged. I tell my mother also in that, because in my program I have seen in my batch there were so many 65 plus people who've reversed. You have chairs, Surya Namaskar, you have exercises which they can do.
Yeah.
You don't have to do all the
All of
exercises
it,
that we do. I don't have to do all the exercises that maybe a 20-year-old would do. But there are specific exercises which do help.
But the thing which I'm noticing in your particular case is the results.
Mm.
So if you're losing hope, whether you're a woman or a man, do things, do them diligently, do them strictly, as is being told. Experience the results within a week or a month, because that will become your biggest motivator to do more. Correct? Because no amount of lectures
It's
or talks can give you that.
goal, you achieve it, you get a goal, you achieve it. So, and these micro goals, I think, over a
So
period of 3
your
months.
own thing that you've done, plus what the reaction of other people, that
Yes.
also really helps.
So one more rapid fire question. Of course, I'm not going in sequences. Best compliment that you've got till date.
You look like a teenager.
Oh my God.
I'm a doctor.
He must have been
Earlier doctor.
surprised.
Yeah.
Who's your doctor? Would you, if it's okay to disclose, yeah.
Ajit Gaitunde in Thane.
Oh, so he told that to you. You look like a teenager,
College going kid. Teenager.
That's
So that was
wonderful.
my.
and you met him after how long?
I think after starting this, maybe 4-5 months later, when I had actually reduced my weight, and
So you had met him 4-5 months back, and then you met him
I haven't
again.
met him lately again.
no, now so I have met, but that first change, it was like really, I was very surprised. But yeah, I have.
But do you feel like a college-going teenager now?
I do.
You do, right?
I feel so energetic, so happy, and so confident. Confidence is something that I completely lost.
I'm very curious because, when I travel, and last year I went so many places, I met so many women at your age, and they're so fragile. They're just one loose comment away from breaking into tears. Because
yeah.
the child has gone abroad,
Yeah.
the self-esteem is all-time low,
Self-esteem
the husband
goes
is
down
bored
too.
with his work, he started spending more time at home, which is more nuisance for them. He keeps telling them how to do their work. So they have this complete fragile ecosystem happening, and I have seen that they want a platform to just express. And this, I think, no matter how old you get, you never outgrow a compliment.
Yeah,
You
you
know, I
never
think
outgrow
that
compliment.
little
It is a
dopamine
big booster.
Yeah, it's huge. And
Yeah, it's huge.
how has the athlete group journey been for you, seeing all these inspirational
Yeah,
characters?
because that athlete group has a lot of cyclists who do amazing at whatever age. So gymming is something that I've started, but my goal is now to go to that 108 Surya Namaskar or do something where I can proudly put on the athlete group. So it's a huge motivator, that entire group.
So you think women should take the step to get into such energetic
Such energetic
ecosystems?
groups,
Otherwise,
yes. Yeah, because that helps, because that shows you that you can. And then it motivates you to action it out.
I think Garima and Thomas
Yes.
lead the show now on cycling.
Yeah.
yes, incredible.
Today only there was this wonderful post. Amazing people.
Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
remarkable. But
And Ram for the gymming.
yeah,
He's like amazing.
and these are all new people, they're not very, very old in the system either. But
Ram is in fact again insulin free, medicine free.
The couple, I think, or they've
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah, Gitika, they drove down from Udaipur all the way just for the Muktotsav, just to meet everyone, came for the health retreat, you were also there, and then they drove back, and they were actually looking like college going couple.
Yeah.
And I really want to stay with that feeling for a little longer, because all those who are watching right now, and would watch this video again and again, I think the currency I strongly feel which works on earth is the currency of feelings.
You said it.
Seriously, emotions, no? Emotions is the currency we all need to grow in. And if you're not feeling young, as Malhar was saying, if you're feeling fragile, just reach out, just connect, just do something about it, follow something that the feeling grows. Because you almost like young girl also, we can see in you, which is like saying, yeah, I actually feel like a teenager,
okay.
that little tickle inside.
Yeah, that excitement comes because you've been able to achieve. Now, when I tell my son, he is only 24 years, which 24-year will listen to your mother's preaching? Now, when I tell him gym regularly, do this, that, I'm teaching by example. So it's a blessing to be heard and to be respected by your children.
Oh my God. And I think Malhar talks about it all the time, that the parents...
Children never
Yeah.
listen, but they never fail to imitate. So at the
Yeah,
end of the day,
they
if
never
you
fail
just
to
keep
imitate.
dangling the carrot
Yeah.
of instructions, they're not going to do it. But
Yeah.
if you just keep doing it,
Doing it.
one day he will get up
Yeah.
and do it. Because he'll realize, the day he realizes my mother's not been a fool or my dad's not a
Yeah.
fool, that day they'll see value. But that's a different topic. No, but tell me, what has got unlocked in you? I know a lot of women have a deep reservoir of who they actually are, which has got suppressed over years of self-suppression, family first, blah, blah. But what is that actually core part of you which is which is authentically now just unleashed?
I think I lacked a lot of confidence,
Hmm.
and this program, after losing this weight, more than weight, reversing a 17-year-old diabetes, has given me a huge amount of confidence. So I can apply this to my other areas of life also. Like I'm a trader, I invest now, so that I bet a lot on the amounts of money are big, but this confidence, being patient, being disciplined, all that, now I apply to my work also, and it has helped.
I want to see that little bit in action. Like I'm a visualizer. I love to visualize. So where does that confidence come out? In what kind of situations? Like when you walk into a friend's house, or where does the confidence show up? Like, okay, when you're trading, fair enough. I can understand that you're betting on the money with greater confidence because there's greater confidence. But that's like you alone, right?
Yeah.
Are there any other situations, or you're entering into a social situation or a marriage, or like how does the confidence?
Confidence in the sense, that there are people who are going to be really, if I can may say so, impressed by the weight loss. Then they will come and ask you questions of how. So that really gives you a boost.
Okay, so are you surrounded by women at times during managers and functions who ask you, how did you do it? Okay, that's happening. Huh?
Yeah, it does. Not just women. Like there are people who say, come, I want to sit. I want to understand this.
And that just boosts your confidence. Okay.
Like 4 people have joined after and they've benefited, and I felt really so good also. You know, you're able to make some difference, whatever it in
We
somebody's
call this
life.
the influencer final stages, when you are able to impress upon others the necessity to do it. And
Yeah.
I think that's for us the highest part of the calling, the journey.
Yeah, and
no?
you don't
I
even have
think,
to go telling people.
Yeah, you
People look at him,
they
people
ask.
know you're a, they ask.
They ask.
Because they know you've been a diabetic for so long. They know you've had so much of excess weight. So they come and ask.
What message would you like to give people? From the bottom of your heart, what would you want to tell them, especially to contemporaries, peers?
Before she goes, it's like Mahatma Gandhi saying, no, my life is my message type. Already the entire talk is full of messages.
I have to say.
Seriously, the whole talk has been messages, you know.
Women, I would definitely, women my age especially, or whatever age, we tend to put the family first. And we think by doing that, we are doing a favor to the family. No. I think a woman, there is a difference between self-love and being selfish. A woman needs to understand that, because once a woman looks after her own health, she is healthy, then she is happy. If she is happy and she is evolved, the entire house is happy, because there's a positivity in the entire house, and I've seen this shift happening. If you are not happy or you are overweight, you have that nagging unhappiness in you. That unhappiness will reflect in the way your house is. So
Very interesting. Would you get more irritated earlier than now?
I was a little, more short-tempered for sure. And I was, as I was saying, this transformational journey, the third phase of this program, where we do this inner transformation, we do a lot of journaling in this program. So that helps you take off all those excess baggage that is there in your head.
Wow.
That helps you sustain the reversal, is what I feel.
No more questions left. Yeah. The
I think
it's a luxury presence for us to I know.
You're going to get a lot of fans after this podcast, so they're going to be asking maybe a few proposals also. Be ready for them in the chat. Okay, he gets quite a few, so we are quite
I'm
used
sure.
No. It's all walled.
It's wrong numbers.
No, I just wall out the whole thing.
It's going to happen. But congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, sir. For,
may you have an
thank you
amazing.
for everything.
I think we need to close this with a special, Hail Reshma. Everyone say Hail Reshma.